So many people don't publish on Amazon because they don't know that you don't have to use your real name. In this video, I'm sharing the 6 reasons why you want to consider using a pen name. My name is Jenny Hansen Lane. I have 96 pen names today. And so I'm going to share with you the 6 reasons why this might be important for you. So let's dive into it. Over the course of 3 years, I've been able to create a 6-figure income stream from books, and I credit pen names as a big part of that win. Okay. So we're going to explore the world of pen names for your own creative freedom, but also your privacy. These 6 steps are going to help you navigate, like, what are the benefits of this so you can choose something that works for you. Okay. So some of the advantages of a pen name is that as an author, you can protect your identity. And this is really fun because if everybody knew all the 96 books that I published as a YouTuber, you'd be like, oh, I'll just copy Jenny. Now, I don't mind all the time, but sometimes it's nice to have a book make money without a bunch of people copying you, right? So that is a huge benefit there. I still have that personal privacy. Another aspect of this is that you can explore different niches. And I'm going to talk about that towards the end of this so you understand the strategies that you can use that actually allow you to make more money. Raise your hand, drop a yes if you like to make more money. Okay. We test and we do this because not everybody is attracted to the same thing, okay? So when it comes to choosing the right pen name, here are some top considerations. You want to focus on your target audience, right? You want them to actually connect to who you are. I've seen pen names that are selling like a scary Halloween book for adults and a children's book. I would never take my kids into a bookstore that had those 2 things next to it, okay? So you want to make sure that the pen name is unique and actually something that someone else is not already using. You also want to make sure it's easy to pronounce. Now, this can be tricky if you're serving people in the US Amazon.com market and English is your second language. You can literally look up the most popular names so you're not using something from a different country that maybe the target audience is like, I don't know how to say that word. Okay. So those are important steps of like choosing that consideration. Now, if you are from another country and you're teaching us about your culture, please use pen names for that purpose too. Okay. I'll explain that in a little bit because I do that too. So when you're setting up your pen name on Amazon KDP, tons of my students have had issues with this, and you're not alone. If you're like, it doesn't make sense that you actually have to go to Amazon KDP, you have to log into your account, you have to go to Bookshelf, and you actually have to have a book listing to put in a pen name. I don't know why it's like this. Sometimes I'm like, should we email Beth Bezos? But sometimes I'm like, I don't know if I want to be on Beth Bezos' radar. Okay. So that you can't have a pen name until you have the book listing ready to go. So if you've been confused or that has stopped you in the past from publishing, you're not alone, and you don't have to do it alone because this video is here for you. Okay. So that's where Author Central comes in. That's where you can sync the 2 up. You have to have the book live before you can claim it on Author Central. I have a previous video about how to do that on this channel. Okay. You can only currently, according to Author Central, have 3 pen names per Author Central account. This does not mean you should open a second KDP account. That is grounds for termination. I don't even like saying the words. It's like Beetlejuice. We're doing some videos on termination and account suspension. So if you have had your account suspended, it's okay. Put it in the chat. Okay. I'm actually doing some research around it. Okay. So if you have more, like Jenny, you have so many pen names that you have 96 pen names. How do you manage that in Author Central? I'm going to get to that in the 6 steps. Okay. But I'm not going crazy. A pen name allows you to create a unique identity, helping you connect with your audience more effectively. Do you guys see the irony that this is an anonymous quote? Like, it's a secret pen name, right? Anonymous this whole time. When I was little, my dad said if he could change his birth certificate, he would change his name to Nobody. And that's because nobody's perfect. So dad jokes, that don't always hit. Okay. So let's talk about the 6 things that I've learned after publishing 100 pen names. I have a couple in draft. So adding those up, we have broken the 100 mark. Okay. The screenshot though, for like what is live is right here. And so it's 96. The only way I could figure this out is I had to deselect and then select because there's no way to keep track of that. And that's actually one of the questions people had is how do you keep track of that? Because I only publish on Amazon KDP, it's just being tracked in my KDP reports. It's not like I'm like, where's that pen name? Are they out after dark? Like, I have 3 kids. I wanted to have a lot of kids. 3 kids is what I have right now. I'm grateful that I have the emotional capacity for 3 kids. So sometimes when it comes to pen names, I feel like I'm the mom with all the kids in the shoes. Have you heard, what is that? The mother who had too many kids and they lived in a shoe? Anyways, kids' books. So I don't keep track of everything, and I'm going to explain to you why. I don't want you to feel stressed about this, okay? So let's actually talk about it. When you first start publishing, you don't know what you're doing, and you might suck. I sucked. I just said, I love that I suck. So if you're new, just say, I love that I suck. I love that I suck. That's from the movie Ben Stiller, like 1996, Keeping the Faith, about a Jewish rabbi and a Catholic priest that are best friends. Awesome show, okay? So when I got started, I didn't know that you could have pen names. So I put a bunch of stuff under Jenny Hansen Lane. If you go to the graveyard on Amazon KDP and you type in my name, you will see a personal brand book called The Radical Authenticity Guide. You will see Air Fryer Secrets, which was a collaboration that I did with 75 other people. You'll see Dare Female Digital Entrepreneur that I did with 26 of my girlfriends. And you will see a bunch of weird books where I was like, would this niche work? Would this niche work? Because I didn't know that you could practice. I kind of make a joke that you could use like a pen name of like your ex-boyfriend, but my ex-boyfriend is in heaven. So I try to tread lightly on those type of topics. On top of that, you can make up any type of name just to practice getting a book out. My kids have 2 to 3 niches, right? 2 to 3 pen names, which brings us to the next reason. Number 2, the second reason why I have 96 pen names is because I have 3 kids and a husband, and they have different pen names. And so we have some family pen names. And we do this because my kids are creative. They want to put their artwork on the internet, right? And I have a pen name where I have samples. Like, this is the smallest size you can print on Amazon KDP. So that's like under a pen name. So any of my students are like, what is the smallest size? I'm like, here's a link to it if you want to see what it's like. I did that just for my students, and I actually got like a bad review. Someone bought the book and was like, this is not the dot grid that I thought. And I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even think about this. I was so good at keyword research that a stranger accidentally bought my secret book that I tried to keep private only for my students. Okay. So that is reason number 2 is my family publishes. So we have a collection there. So think about that. If you are a dad, I want to hear your dad jokes. Just kidding. I don't. If you're a mom, if you're a parent, if you're a grandparent, your grandkids, your kids, you can print, you can publish in one account. Now, if you have people in your household over the age of 18, they should have their own KDP account because that is just better for everybody, right? So they can start earning their own passive income. All right. Any questions on number 2? Let me know. Let's dive into number 3. Number 3 is a personal brand. Some of you are like, I don't want a personal brand. I have some students in my program that in my community and in my coaching group that they just use a regular name, but they don't have a YouTube channel. So they hit number 1 on Amazon. They tell their friends they've hit $1,000 in 1 month, and they just use their regular name. Okay. So for me, like, that's one of the reasons I have a personal brand is because I'm writing more books. But I don't go that fast with writing because medium content is so fun. So the second book that I'm writing is about stopping being a people pleaser. And I'm going through so much personally. I can't publish the book because I'm like, oh, this is another chapter. Oh, this is another chapter. Like, there's so many things. So that's saved just for my personal brand. So do not worry. I mean, if you go and look at my name, you're not going to see any of my books that have made me 6 figures, right? That was the beginning. Now, what I would love to start doing, and it's going to take work, is having a book under my personal brand of Jenny Hansen Lane that people buy because they love reading it and it matches keywords, right? Like, it's in demand. So I don't exactly know how that will go, but I would love to teach that, because imagine if you were a business owner or a thought leader and you could have the best of both worlds, like a book that you wrote, but it actually makes tons of money too, right? It's not just the Amazon SEO game of like, let's serve the customers. Okay. That's number 3. Number 4, I'm testing for my students. Last week, a student was like, can we do a pen name like KitchenAid? I'm like, no, KitchenAid is trademark. You'll get your account terminated. They said, no, Jenny. KitchenAid is 2 words together and both of the words are capitalized at the beginning. I said, you know what? Let me test that out. So I made an Easter joke book and I put 2 words together in one box, and I had one, they were capitalized together. Okay. So no spaces. KitchenAid is like, right? And it went live. So now all of you know what my student learned last month is that there's so many things I'm testing when people say, well, what if we use every single box for the author? How many authors can we have on a book? You can have 9. You can have 26 like I had, but it gets really hard to keep track and keep it together. Okay. So I'm always testing for my students, and you guys are part of my YouTube fam. So if you're not part of my community and you want to join it, let me know. But if you have pen name questions, drop them here. I don't know any other YouTuber that publishes on Amazon KDP that has 96 pen names. I think that is the marketing side of me, and I'm a volume girl. Like, I will put in the reps. I'm at 592 books. I know that's not many. I know there's so many of you out there that have like thousands, but to do that in 3 years and have the medium content, like I'm really working towards medium content, is a good little trophy, a good little pat on the back. Okay. So if you have questions about pen names, I want to hear them because I might already have the answer for them and I could probably save you some steps. So that is number 4. You ready for number 5? Cinco. Number 5 is owning a niche. This one is my favorite. And this one we could do a whole masterclass on, which maybe we should. When you have a book that starts selling, you want the customers to come to you all the time. Okay. So I have more than one pen name in a niche. And that's all I will say about that. Number 6, the customer experience. Okay. I told you at the beginning of this video, like I would never take my kids into a bookstore where there's scary adult Halloween stuff next to rosy, cute stuff for 8-year-olds, 8-year-olds and 7-year-olds. Okay. So the customer experience is really important. So in the beginning, I gave you recommendations and tips to like use a pen name that a customer would be familiar with. I go deep into this for my own personal brand. It's important. It's important that we name things where people are attracted to it. I see some beautiful books and I'm like, that pen name, oh man, it's like when you meet someone and like their parents spelt their name wrong. Oh, it's so sad. Like, we can do better, right? If that happened to you, I'm sorry. I'm named after an actress. Before I got married, there was like 8 Jennifer Hansens in my college. Like, not fun, right? So I am really serious about pen names. Okay. When I was pregnant with each of my children, I looked up a website called howmanyofme.com, and you can type in there you can put in the name that you like. And when you hit enter, it will tell you how many people in the United States are named that. So I married my husband. He is the 3rd, and his son, who I'm a bonus mom to, he is the 4th. And so I was like, no, we're not doing this. My last name's already really boring, right? So like, I'm not going to name my son John Lane. Like, there's 45,000 John Lanes. So my kids have really unique names. And I take that for the same grain of salt of like, what is a customer experience that I can give to someone that like their kid loves tacos and astronauts together? Like, let's think of something cute, right? Like Astro Burritos Haven, right? Like something where it's like, people are like, this is so fun. Something that the customer is going to be like, oh, you got to go check out Astro Burritos. That should be like a real restaurant, right? So the customer experience is a really big deal. And when you're able to tap into that, people come back for it for more. Okay. So we have these steps. Number 1, a practice name. Number 2, a family name or, sibling, pen names that are for families. Number 3, your personal brand, if you choose to do that, but I respect your privacy. J.K. Rowling's, that's a pen name. Dr. Seuss, that's a pen name. Okay. There's another James Patterson. I think that's a pen name. Mark Twain, that's a pen name. Okay. I digress. Family name, practice name, personal brand, testing for your students, testing for other people, owning a niche, and then the customer experience. So these are the 6 reasons that I have created pen names, and I love teaching this process, and I don't have to worry. So here's the thing. After you have 3 pen names, you have to open a new Gmail account you have to open a new email account for Author Central, and you have to claim the books and build out a little brand. And you can create those logos inside of Canva because you're not having to claim copyright. But if you do want to trademark those logos as Canva has shared in their terms and conditions, we can only use lines and shapes and fonts to do that. Okay. So I want you to know that don't get hung up on like, oh, I have too many pen names. It's not the same as having real kids. Okay. You don't have to worry if your pen name's like out late, breaking the rules, or not insured, or anything like that. Okay. It's not, don't get stressed about it, but allow yourself to practice and get good, because you want customers to come in and buy every book in your store. And that's what I love teaching about pen names. I want people to come in and buy everything inside of my shop. Okay. So we've had the past 2 years, I've had a class that I teach that I do live that I'm going to invite you to. And I don't know when we're going to do this. So I'm just going to open seats for like 99% off, and I'll leave that up for a day, and we'll just, we'll see if we can fill it up. I'll have the dates in the next 30 days, but I want to invite you to it because it's really fun. And a lot of you have been asking about it because you missed the last one. Okay. So this is a live masterclass. You get lifetime access to the replay. And so it's called Pen Name Profits. And inside of Pen Name Profits, this is actually, I'll show you how I owned a niche with pen names. I will show you the framework. I will show you the visual of how you can start doing this too. Okay. So it's a really, really powerful class. In addition to that, if you want to keep learning, this will put you on my email list as well. And then we have a training coming up. We do these, they're very fun, and I'll drop a link below. You get a free gift for attending. It's a list of 100 different books you can start publishing on Amazon. And this is always a really fun class if you want to be a part of our community or have access to more resources. This is a great way to see if it's right for you. In this training, I covered the 3 big secrets of how I crossed $209,000 in sales, and it's live. So it's super, super fun. So if you have any questions about publishing, like pen names, drop them in the chat. Or drop them in the comments. We have quite a few. We might even still have a playlist of pen names because I've been talking about this ferociously, right? I'm 96. I'm not going to really try to publish tons more pen names, but I want to tell you guys actually, I'll save that for another video. Pen Name Profits. Let me know what questions you have about the 6 reasons that you could have multiple pen names. If you have a strategy that you're like, Jenny, you're missing out on this, and you want to share it below, let me know. If you have a favorite thing about pen names, let me know. You can link multiple pen names together. Pen names are also brand names that you can protect and trademark, and there's so much goodness in that world. Okay. So when you are doing this, I would say the things to think about is, if you love the name, grab the domain name too. Make sure you're looking at trademarks to make sure that you're not infringing on anybody. Don't be misleading. That's part of Amazon's rules. Like, don't name your book, don't name your mindset author Napoleon Hill. Like, he's famous. We know who he is. I actually met the president of Napoleon Hill Foundation. He lives 3 hours from me. His name is Don Green, and he's in his 80s, and he just mailed me a book, and I feel so stinking special. Anyways, if you haven't read Think and Grow Rich, please do. It's a mindset shift. If you haven't read Outwitting the Devil, it's a mindset shift just for you to lean into that abundance. I don't know how you guys feel about me always closing these videos with mindset, but it is such a huge part because there's so many ups and downs of learning the book publishing process. I was thinking about that today when I was at church on a Saturday doing an activity that, like, creating a cover is its own skill set. Doing keyword research is its own skill set. Like, creating an interior that sells is its own skill set. So the fact that you guys are here and you're learning is huge. And um, it's not like you're just getting good at a hammer. You're literally building a skill set that can change your life. And so, as I said before, if you like the mindset pieces of these videos, let me know. I want you to know that you have always had enough and you will always have enough. And currently you have enough. And it's time to kind of say goodbye to the old you that is like tired of lack of results. Let's start getting results by taking action and putting our dreams first every single day. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video.